Good morning. Welcome back to Jack's Coffee Break. So, last episode we built this mess. Yeah. Good. All right. So, I did a couple of things off screen in between episodes. So, first off, I added our little lighthouse. Partially because I thought it would be cute. And I have to admit, in this scenario, it's a little anemic. Just because of the way that, like, even with the light rendering engine, Minecraft is going to load this massive heap before it ever loads this lighthouse. So it's very cute, but it serves no purpose except to look cute. But quite frankly, I think that there's room for that on this island. So I added it. The other thing that I did, went through, harvested our fields a couple of times now, bred up some cows, and most importantly, added this cactus farm. So, this is probably not special to you guys, but I want to show it off because I'm very proud of it, so I'm going to. So, I have this layout. So it's a 4 and a 3, and it's got 8 blocks of sand, so however you work that out. I've been letting it run overnight, and I don't have a whole lot of cactus. I've got 2 stacks and 17, but considering that we don't actually use a whole lot of cacti, I think it's going to be okay. Really what this is for is we need it for making the airships, because the airships need pistons, or not the ships, the airplanes. So the airplanes need pistons in order for some of the objects to work, some of the component parts like the engines. And then for the ships, because we need leads, and like a ton of them. So cactus farm, because then we can smelt these into green dye, and then we can take the bones we found in the nether, and then use those to make lime dye, and then after that we can take that lime dye and add it to bread dough, and that gives us slime. At which point we can make all of the different items that we need, because you need slime for leads and sticky pistons. So this little tiny itty bitty farm is doing a lot of work for us. It was necessary. But of course the question was, like, how do I do this in Create? Like, how do I automate it? And it turned out to be a little bit more fiddly than I expected, but not difficult, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go into spectator mode because I'm not digging this thing up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so first things first, we have this water mill, and for Create, for those of you who don't know, who are just playing along at home with me or whatever, and are just starting this, for water wheels, the direction in which the water flows changes the way that the wheel turns. So this is important because everything is hooked up to cogs. So we have this entire line of cogs going all the way down here. Look at our beautiful underground. No, but seriously, so this turns all the cogs going all the way down here, which goes to this shaft. This shaft is connected to a belt, which takes it over to this funnel and set of chutes, and then that takes it back up to our chest over here. Meanwhile, this whole layout is designed so that way when the cactus pours in, they hit these little fences, and one of the people on YouTube says we use fences because glass panes are too thin and walls are too thick. And you know what? I was not really in a resource position to disbelieve him. So, in order to deal with these little gaps right here, because otherwise they'd just be dead water and we'd get a lot trapped from this cactus, and then that one over there, I instead have it so that way we end up with this sort of T-junction through here. Let me go around this side so you can better see it. So, cactus gets funneled into this T-junction and then pulled into this hopper. Hopper drops the items onto the belt, which is then what's taking them over to the chest. So, complicated? Not really. It's all fundamental stuff, and all this was, like, surprisingly cheap. We did start to run out of iron, and our mines are starting to run a little bit dry unless we want to go to strip mining, which there are ways to do in Create, but I didn't even have the resources to get strip mining going, so it did not seem feasible. So I just went out to the desert and farmed a little bit. Back to survival. This ended up being a good thing because I mentioned that... Okay, so I'm back, sorry. My poor cat. Anyway. So yeah, like I said, this little cactus farm isn't, like, particularly complex as far as the things in Create go. And I sort of just looked at the principles of a basic farm and then applied Create to get the logistics going. It worked fine. It does everything I need it to do. And therefore I shall not ask any further of it. I know I was saying something else, but quite frankly, my cat distracted me and now I have no idea what it is. So is the tragedy of ADHD. If I remember correctly, we're talking about farming. Or not farming, mining. Yeah, so going out to the desert turned out to actually be a good thing, because I think you guys remember a little while, well, not a little while, like 2 episodes back, I mentioned issues with terrain generation and getting resources. Well, this is one of those cases. So we now have zinc. The good news is that going out to the desert, because the terrain generation hadn't started until after we had gotten all the mods installed, now everything's sort of updated. So we should have zinc in here, and we should have car something, which should be in one of these boxes if I can find it. Oh, did I not organize things into the correct box? I tried to. I meant to. I didn't lose it, did I? Oh, you know what? It's still... I know where it is. It's back at the desert, because I had to leave a whole bunch of resources. Let me just pop over there, and then you can see some of what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're back through the portal, and the first thing that you might notice is that we're in the wrong spot. Don't worry, I noticed too. So we found that pillager outpost way over yonder, and for some reason, I don't know why, but here is the... No, it's right here. This right here is the chunk, where that desert village is and where our nether portal is supposed to be. So for some reason, the first couple of times I went through it, it would pop me back out of the village. I closed Minecraft and reloaded, and now it's generated a portal over here. I don't know why this is, but I do know that this is kind of the problem with nether portal networks, especially ones that are generated. For some reason, on Java, and this has always been the case for me, I don't know about you guys, it borks the pathways. I don't know why. So it's entirely possible that the next time that I close and reload Minecraft, that portal will go somewhere else. And there'll just be no telling where or why. But more importantly, we found this crimsite. So I started this little tunnel down here, and it doesn't take very long to get to, so I'm just going to show you real quick. This tunnel leads to this set of mine shafts, and this place is enormous. It's really handy for pulling wood out of the desert, so I'm not going to complain too loudly, because otherwise we'd have no wood out here. I'd have to import, like, saplings and stuff. I just don't want to deal with that. So thankfully, we have these mine shafts. Unthankfully, they, like I said, they're massive. They sprawl really badly. So I ended up digging deeper, so that way we could get down to, like, the iron and gold and zinc more easily. So came down here and started to find this stuff, this carmine. And then I found this, which I believe is limestone. So if we get into this chamber down here, this is a... I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a really cool chamber. It actually kind of sucks. So we have these massive carmine seams, and I believe this is part of, like, Create Deco or Create Train and Rail. It's part of the Create package. And this isn't the only one either. There's actually a whole bunch of these different kinds of rock seams, and it seems to be based on the biome which you're digging in. This one, we just so happen to get carmine. Now, there is some good things about this. Not only can we use it for decoration, and yes, not only could I theoretically use it to replace the ground stuff for our island, I'm not going to, but we could. But more importantly, this stuff is able to be ground through a crusher, and when you use it in that manner, you can pull out iron and experience chunks, which is really handy. So not only do we have a nice decorative block, but we have yet another source of iron. The downside is, of course, that even though we have this available, we do not have the materials to make a crusher. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Yeah, so this crushing wheel. So in order to make this, you need andesite alloy, birch planks, and stone of some kind. All of these are materials that we have. What we don't have is mechanical crafting. So if we look at, I believe this is our mechanical crafter. So in order to make this, we need an electron tube, a brass casing, and a crafting table. So brass casing is made through pushing brass ingots, apparently, or deploying them, one or the other. The problem is, of course, how do we get brass? And the answer is through a mixer. So you need a mixer, a cauldron, and some kind of heating unit, which uses these blaze burners. And in order to get a blaze burner, you need an empty blaze burner. You see where this is going, right? So in order to get that, we need iron sheets and netherrack. So basically, everything starts with us getting blazes. So yeah, basically everything starts with getting these empty blaze burners up, which basically means that in order to have enough material for the amount of blaze burners we ultimately need, that really everything starts with power generation and getting the windmill going. So I think that's gonna be today. I've put it off for long enough. I have enough food. We have all the transportation we need. The only thing I don't know is whether or not our portal is gonna take us to the right place, because it's gonna really suck if that is not true. Like, if it turns out... Okay. If it turns out that every single time we load into this world, the portals just completely scramble, that's gonna be a problem. So, hopefully that is not the case. But we'll find out very shortly. I am also going to just go ahead and take all of this... Well, not all of it. We can leave the cobblestone, I think. We have plenty of that, but let's take the limestone, the crimsite, and we don't need tuff either. I'm sorry, tuff is... It's right over there with gravel, but it looks much better, and it doesn't have gravity physics. I really don't know what to do with this stuff. I think in the next update, maybe there will be something for it, but that would require me to update this mod pack. And quite frankly, yeah, no, I think someone would have to pay me. And on top of that, we'd have to be very patient while all of the mods update, and there's no guarantee they will. None whatsoever. I don't know how many of these mods are going to stay in development. Create, I'm hoping, will, and everything else is off the table. So, yeah. Okay. So let's hop through our portal, and then after that, we are apparently starving our poor character, so we gotta go get food. Let's join the world. I guess worst comes to worst, right? If it spawns us at the bottom of the ocean or some nonsense. Oh, thank goodness it didn't. Okay, I was gonna say we could just break the portal, get up here somehow, and then go from there, but no, it all worked. Oh. Hello? What? Is it fall? It must be fall. Oh, that's super cool. The leaves change color. Oh, I like that. I love that. And it happens for the jungle trees too. Oh, I love that. That's super cool. Okay, I'm happy. So yeah, there's a few problems. First off, our windmill tower is supposed to connect all the way up there, and all we have is this shaft. So we're going to need ladders or stairs or something, so that way we can navigate this space. I've left it completely open on the inside because, again, this is a workshop, and I have no idea how we're going to fit this workshop. So that'll be a whole situation. No, because I don't have the stuff to make blueprints. Y'all, it's a struggle bus. Every time I come out of this portal, I want to take this little path here, and it's always wrong. So this is another one of those things we gotta go do. Okay. So, I've been interrupted 3 times in 16 minutes. I've locked the door. Because, oh my goodness. Oh, the good news is, the cat is fine. He was under the couch. So, there's that. But yeah, so we're gonna get back into the world. I'm going to eat food, in-game. I should eat in real life. I have not done that yet. I literally woke up, rolled out of bed, drank coffee, and pressed the record button. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and my character is gonna eat some food. I am going to eat whenever dinner is ready in like 3 hours. Because my schedule is chaos. Non-existent. Did I cook that rabbit? No, I didn't. You know what? Let's free up an inventory slot, shall we? More iron. Let's go ahead and start getting some of this stuff smelted down. More zinc, which, okay, so I don't know what we do with zinc. So, do I think I turn this into brass, don't I? I make trapdoors. A rose quartz lamp. That's interesting. I make a block of zinc. That was a given. Zinc door. Zinc windows. Zinc bars. Zinc supports. That's cool. Stone cutting for copycat step, zinc catwalk, zinc bars. So it looks like there's a lot of stuff in here for deco stuff. So it looks like I'm gonna be making a lot of train parts out of zinc. That's interesting. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, yes, and I do need it in order to make brass in the mixer, and I do need the ingots along with copper ingots. So both copper and zinc, both do need to be produced. That's actually pretty good to know. I'm glad it's not just like, yeah. Go ahead and eat our rabbit. That clears up a little bit of space. You know, I really wouldn't mind a smoker. How do we do that? Oh, it's just a furnace and a whole bunch of log. That's fine. Do I have logs on me? Of course I don't. They're in the tree box. Y'all, we have so much jungle wood. Like, the wood is not the issue. The saplings are the issue. Like, quantifiably. It's bad, y'all. Okay, so now we have a zinc smoker. I'm gonna plunk it, like, right here. And then that way... yeah. And this should cook food at, like, double. That's the idea, at least. So let's go ahead and get this chicken cooked up. Pork chops cooked up. Oh, yeah, no, that's way faster. And I think I'd like to replace at least one of these with a blast furnace. Because that way we can smelt ores even faster. Because that really is kind of what's holding up production right now, is the speed. Now, I know that there is a way to automate this. So long as an object has an inventory, conveyor belts can deposit items. I just need to make sure that we're not going to run into any weird issues with it, like feeding iron into like the fuel tank or whatever. This is the wrong box. I just redid my inventory setup, so I'm still getting used to it. And yes, I could label everything, but A, that's a lot of signs, and B, you'd be surprised how slow I read. If I read. It's real dire. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get this copper going. And you get. And then we're just going to throw everything into the technical bucket. We also have a couple of new name tags. And we found some rope. So rope is another item that we can use in order to create leads that doesn't require slime and string. So it is pretty handy. And of course, I've already got 31 green dye, and that's before I deal with the cactus up there. So, like, we're not exactly wanting. And then on top of that, we've got a spider spawner that's gonna handle most of that. It just requires me to go ahead and farm all those items up. And quite frankly, we're kind of in a spot right now where this situation is dire. There's no nice way to put it. So I think let's go ahead and make a whole bunch more chests, and then that way we can start to migrate stuff over to the windmill. That's not nearly enough. Let's, actually, you know what? Let's deal with some of these stacks of wood. There. 12 should be closer to what I need. And, I do have a question. Pretty sure that the stone cutter only works on stone, as the name would imply. But, okay, yeah. Just need to double check. So, let's go ahead and build just a bunch of stairs. Just like a ton of them. And do we have any spares in here? We don't. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the workshop figured out, and then after that I will bring you back and we will deal with the problem solving together. Sound good? Good. Okay. Okay, so I got some of our stuff migrated over, mostly all of the technical blocks, and then of course I went through, sheared the sheep, it killed a few of the cattle, not all of them, because clearly we want to keep breeding them, and then made like 3 bookcases. So it's been a very long, slow process, but slowly but surely we will enchant something. All of the stuff that we have is here, and this is not a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. We're off to a rocky start. We don't have a lot built up. The main concern that I have at this point, I'm just gonna add a furnace because it makes the house feel like a home. The main concern at this point is that with all the shearing that I did in that short time, I got, what is that, 29 wool? And in order to get the windmill panels to work, we are going to need these windmill sails. So we can have 29 sails at this point. That's fine. That works. Actually 29 times 2. So we should have enough for now. Let's see where this gets us, first off. And then after that we will make big decisions. What was that last thing I needed? Andesite alloy. So never mind, we are pretty much limited to 21. So we're not going to get all of our wool used, but that's honestly okay for right now. We need, like, double that. It's just, yeah. I know it's not a wise decision, but it's what we have. Okay. We're going to put all that there. 36. And that is all the andesite alloy we have, which means that we're going to be able to get the windmill installed, but we're not going to be able to do things like get the shafts, pull it all the way down through here. We're going to need more andesite alloy. Now the good news is I did bring a whole bunch of lumber with us, and I did bring a whole bunch of iron with us. I did not bring the andesite with us. The other big issue that we're going to have is that this is a 2-block wide hole, right? Which means that we're gonna be off kilter just a little bit. It's not what I wanted either, but it was the dimensions that we ended up with for this tower. So let's go ahead and get some of the blocks that we need. So in order to make this windmill, we need this windmill bearing, which we have, and we need shafts, which we also have. We also need some kind of stand-in block, which I guess for now I'll use sandstone. And we need some way to get up there, so I'm just going to use wood, because we've got our axe on us, and wood is cheap right now. Plus it looks better than dirt, so might as well just do that. So let's go ahead and get up here. That'll do. And I think let's go ahead and we'll just put it right there. So I'm now going to put this windmill bearing, which is facing the wrong way. Did I bring my wrench? Of course I did not. Of course I did not. It's fine, y'all. It's gonna be okay. Where is my... I know I have it. It's right here. We're good. The other thing that we need to double check, which I'm not... Okay, so I'm not too concerned about it just yet. But we are going to essentially overclock this windmill. And I know that that doesn't make sense right now. It will. There we go. So we need a drive shaft right here, and then this is actually going to connect to a large gear. So this large gear will connect to a small gear, that'll step it up once, and then we'll do that like 3 times. And then that way we can get all the speed that we need, and we don't have to rely too much on getting more of these windmill sails. That's going to be the other big thing that we deal with, is going to be the sails. So let's go ahead and put you on there. And I'm just gonna... yeah. So in order to get this thing turning, there needs to be... oh, can I get this side? I think I'm going to... yeah, that'll work. We really don't want to fall from here because I think it will just straight up kill us. So we definitely need 2 windmill sails on each side. And then after that, I think we will just keep going and see where it ends up pulling us. So 3... let's do like 4? Maybe? Let's knock off those. And we will go back to the ground to get those. I know we're gonna have to fall to our deaths now. I didn't want to. We're here now. And there's a whole bunch of cute windmill designs, but I don't remember them right now, so let me see if I can even... if I can even. Let's knock these down. And if they despawn on us, they despawn on us. Okay, so looking at... screenshots, renders, blenders. It looks like the windmill does not actually have any cloth on it. And because we have to do this in odd numbers, I think what we're going to do is we will go ahead and just get the length down with our normal windmill pieces, and then we will use windmill frames. I am curious to see how that's going to work. I've never used the windmill frames. Never used a lot of this mod. Yeah, no, that's not going to work either. Can I get you one farther? Yes. Yes. No. Okay. Nice thing about doing things in Create Mod, you just use the wrench and it automatically deposits it back into your listing, so that way you don't have to go and pick up random objects. Okay, so let's jump down here. Never mind, that's just going to kill us. No, it doesn't kill us just yet. Can I get you? No, not without. There. And down we go again. Absolutely going to need to eat some food after this. And then that one block right up there, I think we'll just nerd pull up to it. It's fine. We have enough blocks. We've got a diamond pickaxe. It's gonna be okay. And we can go get that block on the side as we go down. Can I reach you yet? No, I can't. How about now? Yes. There's that one. And there's that one. Okay. So we'll just have to remember that right now, 2 of the sides are 5 and 2 of the sides are 4. Let's go figure out how windmill frames work real quick. Alrighty, so, windmill sail frame. So basically, it's just the windmill sails. But you... That's it. Okay, sure. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Now we are gonna run into a bit of a problem. Also, don't mind this. Okay, when I was doing the plastic beach thing, I needed to test the blueprints, and this is my test of the blueprints. Yeah, it's a... Look at that thing. It's anemic. We need to make this thing, like, way bigger. Unfortunately, in order to do that, I think that we are going to need... We're gonna need the helicopter. Now the good news is we have enough sails on it right now that it will function. I'm just gonna put these away real quick. There. So, let's go ahead, go back up to our windmill. And now, we should be able to just right-click this. Yes, and it starts to spin. So this is giving us 1024 SU, or stress units. So that is going to turn this shaft, and then the next thing that we're going to need to do is to overclock everything. Now thankfully that is, like, not even kind of hard. So let's go ahead and start on the overclocking business. I think we really only need to do this 3 times, and we will need andesite casings for the final assembly, but let's go ahead and at least get these things made. So, first thing we're going to need is we're going to need 3 small cogwheels, and then after that, we need 3 large cogwheels. And now we need to go get our andesite casings. So let's go ahead and get that done real quick. Okay, so I'm back from the trip to the nether with all the andesite. So let's go ahead, grab out our iron, which should be in here. Let's make sure that we actually get iron and not zinc, because they look almost identical in this pack. And we always need, like, a ton of iron nuggets, so let's just go ahead and do this the nice, simple, easy way. We always need, like, a ton of andesite. Next thing is we need to go ahead and strip some bark. So here's our jungle wood. Get this all. Just as so. There. Okay. I do have a thought. It's not a useful thought. Well, maybe it is. So I don't have Treecapitator because there's no point. We have the little hand crank. It's not the greatest, and it does, like, eat through your hunger really badly. But hey, it's not eating through our tools, and quite frankly, food is cheaper. But I wonder if Vein Miner can act as, like, a discount Treecapitator. You know? I needed to actually have these stripped logs out, didn't I? Okay. I will get the hang of this mod. Slowly but surely. Oh yeah, and they do this, which is really nice. It's not my pack or anything like that. They just do this. I'm pretty sure they'd make for like really cool flooring, but I just do not have enough andesite ingots to justify the cost. So that'll be a thought for another day. Okay, so now we have our andesite casings, we've got our large cogwheels, and we've got our small cogwheels. So let's go upstairs and get to overclocking. Up we go. Up we go. Okay. So, it's very important, if you're going to overclock, that you do this in this order. So, step 1, large cogwheel. Step 2, small cogwheel. This needs to go on the side somewhere, which our hole is right here. So we'll do this like that, so that way this should land us... Yeah, okay. And then next thing we do is we put a large cogwheel on top of the small cogwheel. This causes it to turn the same speed. And then we apply an andesite casing, because otherwise these two gears are going to connect together and this is going to break off. So now we do our small cogwheel, just like that. Large cogwheel, casing, small cogwheel. So now this should, and you can see it right now. So every single time that we've stepped up the speed through this system, we've ended up with something a little bit larger, or a little bit faster. Now there is a way that we can test our speed through a speedometer. And that is made using a compass and an andesite casing, so nice and cheap. Getting real tired of these stairs. So all we need is redstone. There. Compass, and then andesite casing. Oh, just the one, thank goodness. So that's our speedometer. So this little tool right here is really cool. So not only does it measure speed, but if you just put it back into the crafting bench, it will transfer into a stressometer. Now we don't need that right now, because none of our machines are actually large enough that we need to calculate stress across a system. But that is where you would use that stressometer, is like if we have a whole bunch of machines that this is running to. So if we were to run it in series, we could see how each individual part drops the power across the series. And if we were running in parallel, we could see how the power is split. But we're not doing that right now, so let's just go ahead, tack on our speedometer, and we can see that it's spinning slow at 16 RPM. But it's way faster than the absolute nothing we have up here. Now, I am not going to speed this up any farther. There's no point. Because when we add more pieces to our windmill, this is going to spin significantly faster. And so at a certain point, at like 256 RPM, the whole system maxes out. You cannot go faster, so there's no point in overclocking it. And the speed with windmills is directly proportional to how many panels the windmill has. So there is really, truly no point in us pushing this any farther than we have to. So that's going to be left like that. And then there are a couple of ways that we can get the power to go down, because as you can see right now, it's sideways, just not useful for us yet. And we can do this through another large cog and small cog that will, depending on how we hook it up, add another level of overclocking. Actually, no, we would use 2 large cogs, and then that doesn't overclock anything, it just shifts the power. The other way that we can do this is by using a gearbox. Now, I've already made gearboxes, but I used all of them in the cactus farm down there. So let's go ahead, and since we have some more andesite and some more iron, let's go ahead and get the shafts all the way down to ground level. And we'll need a gearbox to do that. So we are going to want this vertical gearbox. It's literally just transfer a vertical to a horizontal. It's not a big deal. Can you please show me the recipe? Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm fully aware. Oh, you know what? I need to make a basic gearbox. So, all it is just 4 cogwheels around an andesite casing. Nice and simple. That does mean that we're going to need a whole lot more shafts, which means that we need a whole lot more andesite. So let's go ahead, and we have our iron, we've got our andesite. Let's just go ahead, just cook up a whole bunch more of these. There. So let's go ahead, do that. Whole bunch of shafts. This should get us down to ground floor. Maybe. 4 small cogs. Andesite casing. Gearbox. And then the shafts. And if this is not enough to get us all the way down, it's okay. They're still pretty cheap at this point. So let's go ahead and, are we fully lined up? We are fully lined up. Okay. So we're going to drag our system over here, and then at this junction, so one more. So right here, let's go ahead and make our gearbox vertical. Tack it onto there. And now this should drive power downwards. And then let's just break this block right here. Okay, we now have power to the ground level. And if we go look outside, is it pretty? No, but it spins. It does spin. So I will take it. It's gonna be fine. Flopsided, yes, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that. So now that we have power generation, in order to finish making the windmill, we need a hovercraft. It's that, or just so much nerd pulling, which I really don't want to have to do. So I know that our hovercraft needs bamboo. Hovercraft. I think it's this direction. One more, yeah. Okay, so quadrocopter is what it's called. So in order to make one of these, we need 4 bamboo, 4 propellers, and an engine. So propellers are actually pretty simple. So let's go ahead and make the 4 of those before we go on any long journeys. And then engine, this is what I meant. We need pistons, blast furnace, and a boiler. In order to make a boiler, we need copper and a furnace. So let's get our furnace dealt with. Did I bring copper with me? I'm gonna be disappointed if I didn't. I did. We're good. Oh, where'd my furnace go? There it is. Okay, so there's our boiler. And then we need a blast furnace, and we have pistons and cobblestone. So blast furnace is smooth stone, furnace, and iron ingots. So we've got the furnace, we've got the smooth stone. Did I remember to bring coal with me? I didn't. And I'm sorry, I'm not making another trip. So let's just go ahead. And we're just gonna make some charcoal. Okay. We've got our smooth stone. We've got a little bit of charcoal burning in the furnace. It's fine. I'm not going to cook anything. So now let's go ahead, get our blast furnace working. There. And now we have plenty of smooth stone left in case we decide to upgrade that little furnace, because quite frankly, I mean, I don't know that we're going to be cooking food up here. It's probably fine. So let's see here. Engine. So we're missing the 2 pistons. Okay. Grab those out. There. So now we've got 4 propellers, an engine, and now the only thing that we need is bamboo. Now, I don't think we've gotten bamboo, and it is on our checklist. So let's, I guess let's go on an adventure, shall we? Because, I don't know what else to do at this point. You know what, let's double check the base. I'm like 90% sure that we don't have bamboo. Like, pretty sure. But it gives us a chance to explore the world a little bit more. And I mean, we do need to find a jungle. Because ours did not start with the bamboo. I was disappointed about that. Oh, I added guardrails and a staircase because I was sick and tired of getting caught up here. The rest of it is probably fine. I'm really just adding it where I know that I'm, like, going to fall into the lava. Oh, joining world. Up we go. And, okay, so I organized all the boxes, and no, we don't have bamboo. So, have we... Oh. Oh. Okay. I was like, what is happening with our map? Nothing. Nothing is happening with our map. We just need to be on the surface. Okay, that's fine. We're good. Still registering us as underground. Maybe because I'm under this thing? Yeah, there we go. So, we've got forest over there. Birch, old growth taiga. More forest over here. So, I do remember from looking at our little map, our RC generation, that there is jungle, like, this whole half of the map down here is warm, and this whole half of the map up here is cold. So, I think if we just go down to our jungle spawn, or not our jungle spawn, I wish, down to our desert spawn over here, and then travel to the jungle, we should be able to get there just fine. So the only other thing I can think of is that we need to bring obsidian for a portal. Which, I've got somewhere. Yeah, I've got 45 obsidian for reasons. I don't remember why. I think I found it all, oddly. Did I leave my pickaxe? I did. Okay, so we're just gonna skip ahead in time, and I will meet you when we get to the desert. Hopefully we can find a horse, so I should probably bring a saddle. And, I think I have a lead. Yeah, I do. Okay, so when... I think you saw them, maybe, if you're keen-eyed. When we were done building Plastic Beach last episode, the wandering trader came by, and he accidentally broke his lead off of his 2 alpaca, and I decided that that counted. So I kept it. So we've got a saddle, we've got a lead, and if we're going to have a horse, we might as well bring one of our diamond horse armor. So hopefully we find a horse. Maybe. Because otherwise this is going to be a long journey. Alright, I will see you guys shortly. Okay, we're back. I've double-checked the map. There is a wandering trader. I tell you what, he just finds me. I don't like him. I mean, he's a cool idea, but no. So, looking on Seedbase again, just to make sure that we're not wandering across Hill and High Dale, because I thought we had to go, like, over here. There is one, but there's a closer one, like, right over here. So we have this savanna, we have a little bit of plains, and then right in here, supposedly, is a jungle. So, let's go ahead and start making our way. Now, the only thing I didn't bring was food. I don't know how that slipped my mind, so... oh well, I guess. Is that our village again? That is. There's our old portal. I don't know if it got broken, or if it's just... it decided to remap itself. I don't know. I don't understand. It is what it is. It's fine. Well, the good news is, I'm pretty sure I brought the sword. I did. So if we do need to go hunting at all, it's totally an option for us. And yes, we are heading south. Okay. And now we get to wander across empty desert with no horse and no camel. 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 There's a camel in that village. Can we ride the camel? Because I sure would like a camel instead of a horse. As long as they operate like horses. I'm gonna be real disappointed if that's not true, and or it despawned. Which it may have done. Oh, please tell me we have a camel. Come on, come on. Where are you? Oh no. Did it despawn? Oh, I think it despawned. Where are you? Are you a goat? You're a cat. You're... okay, that's fine. Oh no. Okay, let's try... let's try a little bit of nerd pulling. Just to be absolutely sure. But y'all, I think the camel despawned. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Okay, well... shoot. I guess we do this the hard way. Alright. Kiri, I'm going to record myself heading off into the desert. If you want to speed this up or cut it... no, wait, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Guys. He was just hiding. We're fine. We're fine. Please tell me I can ride you. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Oh, we have a camel. Okay. Alright. It's gonna be fine. Off into the desert we go. You know what? I'm gonna try something. we found it. Thank goodness. Okay. Alright, so we're here. Don't know what I'm going to tie my camel up to. And it doesn't have an armor slot, but that's okay. That's fine. Frankly, I'd rather have a camel than a horse. Because they're just so cool. Come here. There. So we'll just put them on a lead. Let's go ahead and, since we're here, let's get our cocoa beans. And let's go get some bamboo. There we are. And now reasonably, like, we have 9 bamboo. That is more than enough bamboo. I'm just gonna grab a little bit extra so that way I don't immediately have to build a farm for it. Yeah, 21 should be fine. That is all we need. And then as we go back, we already have acacia trees, so I don't need those. I think that is everything we're gonna find here. Unless there's like a cherry biome I don't know about. Doesn't look like it. So we've got some normal jungle, we've got some forest up there, we got some bamboo jungle, so everything through here is just jungle, jungle, jungle. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Let's get our lead back. Yes, you do deserve a rest. Okay. So you've already seen me make the journey out here. I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna make it back once my camel has had a minute. Okay, we're back at the portal. Oh, that's weird. Y'all seeing this? I don't know what's happening with my renderer, but it's having a minute. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to tolerate it. I did end up stopping by cutting down an acacia tree. No, you don't get to leave. So that way we could go ahead and make some fence posts to tie up our camel with, because I don't want to lose him. He's so good. He's so good. Just a fantastic little critter. So he's absolutely gonna need a name. I'm thinking like Jeffrey or Dilbert. I know those are both terrible names. At least for a camel. Like, probably not, but I don't know. We'll think of something. I didn't know that I needed camels in this game, and now that I have them, I don't know why I'd ever use a horse again. They're so good. So we'll have to come back out here, and I think that maybe this will be another creative project, is we'll start building up like a desert town or something like that. We'll have the villagers over there, they can stay. We'll have their pillager trading outpost, that can stay, in case we decide to turn on monsters and go farm for some banners and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think that he's gonna at least need a name and a stable, so that'll be something we can look forward to. For now, though, since we have our bamboo, let's go ahead and head back. Okay, back at the house. So eventually we will build a bamboo farm, but for right now, I think we're just gonna go ahead and get some stalks growing. There is a pretty easy way to make a bamboo farm and create. It just requires that we build yet another windmill, and we're not even done with our first. So, not gonna bother with that. For now, since we have everything that we basically need, let's go ahead and get our hovercraft assembled. So, propellers, engine... Is that it? That's everything. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna... There. Fantastic. We have our quadcopter. Nice and simple. Let's go ahead and plunk it out over here. See, it's adorable. It's small and tiny and small. The only thing that it needs is we need some kind of fuel source. So, is it R? Yeah, it's R. So we'll go ahead and, I guess for now we can use, do we have any charcoal left? Did I burn it all? Oh, we got 4 charcoal. So I don't know that that's going to be nearly enough. But, for now at least, let's go ahead and finish making our windmill. So we are just gonna press spacebar. Use the mouse to turn. Oh, and before we do anything dumb, let's go ahead and turn off the windmill. Good. Okay. And we do have to repair it occasionally, but I think it just takes like iron nuggets or something like that, like a little bit of bamboo or wood and then iron nuggets. Really nothing to it. So let's just go ahead and turn that off for now. Back to the quadcopter. And let's see here, 5544. There. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Want a little bit more space between there. Oh, somebody's trying to poke me. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll come back with a wrench and move those two, and then we will do... Let's just move down. There. And then we will expand sideways, and then we'll just leave this little quad gap open. Five, 6. 1, 2. Come on. Oh, we're out. That's why. Okay. So that's good enough. Let's go ahead, land our quadcopter, and then we will go ahead and test this just to make sure that we are in fact getting all the speed that we want. Let's go ahead and take our charcoal out. And it looks like it just used another piece of charcoal, which is fine. It's fine. We will get something sorted. I think we can eventually, like... I think we can cook bamboo and make charcoal, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah, so already you can see a massive increase in speed, and we've effectively doubled it. We're now at 2,560 stress units, which is great. And we are working with a whole lot more speed. This may even be going, depending on how much speed we have, which thankfully we can test this at any point in the system. So let's just go ahead and grab our speedometer real quick. Here it is. So moderate, 40 RPM. That is fine with me. Again, we can get this thing to go all the way up to 256, so we're doing good at 40. It should be enough to at least kinda sorta power most of our stuff. So I'm not too worried about it right now. But for the moment, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. So we're gonna go ahead and call the episode there. Thank you all so much for joining me. We did a lot. We got the windmill going. We got a new plane, and we did a little bit of exploration to go get some new plants. So I am pretty satisfied with our progress today. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Y'all stay safe out there. Good luck and happy building.